Brothers and sisters of the cards, we are back live. Hopefully everything works this time with the internet. I honestly don't know what's going on. I'm hardwired in. This isn't Wi-Fi. Don't know what's happening, but we're back now. So today's video, I went back and forth on even making. I know what I'm going to get called for making this video. I know people are going to say I'm trying to shill the market. I'm trying to pump certain cards. But I'm not worried about that. I'm more worried about getting this information out to all of you because it's very valuable information. And a lot of people don't know a lot of what I'm about to say. Now, anyone who's been deep in this hobby for a long time, this is probably going to maybe seem elementary to you, and that's fine. But especially with Collecticon coming up, especially with a lot of people wanting to go there to try to source cards, people trying to source more cards in person now, trying to figure out the best ways to source cards on eBay, TCG Player. There are so many questions in my Discord every single day about grading. People posting their cards, asking, what it could grade. Is it gradable? What grade do you think it can get, et cetera, et cetera. And so this is the best video I feel like I can make by the numbers to explain exactly how all this works and kind of pull back the veil, right? Because there's definitely bits and pieces of information out there, but it doesn't seem like anyone really wants to just go in depth, show like the actual dollars, show the actual cards, talk about every breakdown, exactly what you will make, what you will lose, whatever it may be, and just kind of give you all the sauce, right? Just kind of spill the beans. Here it is. All the secrets are out. And you don't have to pay anything or don't paywall to see all this stuff, right? It's gonna be right here in the open, for everyone to see, and you can share it and everyone can see it. So that's all I got to say about that. Also, how did you guys like the intro? I always get crap, right, for stealing from Rudy Alpha Investments. Everything, right? Everything I do. I can't make a single video without saying, oh, Rudy Alpha Investments knockoff. I mean, can you really be 100% original anywhere on the internet these days? Any platform? I mean, you're always like going to have some sort of characteristic in common with someone else. But one thing I am going to change, guys, I think we're going to have to kill the folks. And this is going to make some of you very angry, but I think it's time to be original. And we are now the brothers and sisters of the cards. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to jump right into the meat and potatoes of this video. And we can talk about it at the end, but I'm going to show you exactly, I'm going to show you the secret sauce, right? Exactly what you need to do to be able to grade cards and make consistent money for yourself, right? This is the foolproof way to make money in Pokemon. So whether you're just trying to make an extra money for yourself, you're trying to get this to be a full-time living, you're just trying to build your collection for free so you can, grade multiple cards, sell some, keep one for free. Whatever you're trying to do, I got what you need. So let's jump into this. 100% free, unsponsored, no Patreon, no paywall. This is how it all works. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you some examples of cards. I'm going to break it down into spreadsheets, and we can talk about it at the end. Here we go. First card up, Mega Charizard from Evolutions. Why I picked this card? Well, because it's so old now, right? I mean, this is like 7 years old at this point. Way back in 2016. So we're not having any crazy, market pumps and dumps in this card recently. So it was a stable card to choose. So how do you find a card that's worth, making a play on? It takes a lot of research, all right? I picked a few, so I'm going to be able to show you a few, but it does take a lot of research. So first thing you're going to do, scroll through TCG Player, eBay, you can just search for cards, and here's how you're going to search. One, you're going to see what you can buy them for near mint, right? This card is going near mint in the high 30s, right? All over the high 30s, all right? So you know what the market price is. Then you want to see what it's going for in a PSA 10, what you're going to make if you get a 10. Well, it's going in the mid 150s. Then you're also going to want to see if you don't get the 10, right? If you get that 9, what's it going to be worth if it gets the 9? Well, $64.99, buy it now, 53 plus 8 plus 5, so that's 58 at auction. So about $60. It's about a $60 card and it's 9. So you already know I can buy this for, $35, $6, $7, $8. It's worth about 60 as a 9 if I miss the 10. And then it's worth about 150s if I get the 10. Great. Now you have to ask yourself, how hard is this to grade? This is what's great about these tools. Shout out to TCG Fish for their website. They got all the tools right there for you. You go to TCG Fish, you look up the card, and you say, Okay, how hard is this to grade? What you're looking for is this number right here. Your chance at a PSA 10, right? They got the 10s, the 9s, 8s, 7s, 6s, all the numbers right here. Your chance at a 10 is 58.9%. Now, folks, I'm gonna pause right here. I'm gonna pause right here and talk to you real quick. Why do you think casinos are in business? Right? People do win at casinos, but why do you think they're in business? The odds are always in their favor. Even if it's just 51, 52, 53%, the odds are in their favor over enough time with enough people. The house always wins. That's the strategy I take towards cards. Anytime this PSA 10 chance is over 50%, okay, that means you have a higher odds of winning than losing. And with enough doing it enough times with that card, on average, you will come out ahead as long as you can pre-grade successfully. Myself, I've already been told by others, I'm definitely a harsh pre-grader. I really try to send in the best possible cards. If I don't think it's going to get a 10, I don't really try to gamble with it. I'll just sell it near mint and try again. So I probably have a higher percent chance than that 58.9 with what I send, but that's the average of what everyone sends. So you know, almost 60% of your cards you send of this card that you pre-grade, mint cards, are going to get 10s. And the other 40% are probably going to get 9s. So now that you have all this data, you know, okay, I can buy this card for $35, $38. Okay. It's worth $60 as a 9. It's worth $150 as a 10. And I have a 60% chance of getting a 10. Great. This sounds like a good play. So here's how the numbers break down. You're saying, so let me back up. So I put a quantity of 20. All right. I like to have at least some quantity of cards. That way it makes it easier for the numbers, but I'll show you where you could have got those. All right. You go to TCG Player. All right. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards there. You go to the next page, right? There's 10. We got 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right. On the 20th card, we're up to about $41. On the first card, you were at about what, 35, 36. So I took an average of, I think, $38. Okay. Here's the other thing. This is the only number I don't have quantified. And even if I did, you'd have to take my word for it because it'd just be my personal spreadsheets. I've now bought over thousands of cards on TCG Player, and I can tell you by the odds, about 30% or a little more of what you get is actually going to be gradable, meaning it's going to be in PSA 10, PSA 9 condition. You will have a lot better chance buying off eBay, but it's so much harder to find quantity on eBay. It's so much easier here. So if you're wanting to take the faster route and get quantity, you can buy it on TCG Player. If you want to just do a few and you really want to, get that perfect card and not do high volume, you can do it on eBay. However, let's say we buy on TCG Player. We know about 30% or so of our cards are going to be gradable on average, which I've experienced over 1,000 cards now on average, about 30% are gradable. So that's where I pulled these numbers from. So out of 20 cards, we've about a $38 each average. Okay. 20 cards times 38 is $760. So that's your total amount you have invested. Now everyone's going to talk about taxes. If you have a business set up and you have a reseller permit, TCG Player does honor that. eBay does honor that. They do not charge you sales taxes. eBay doesn't charge you sales tax at all. TCG Player charges you them up front, and they refund back all of the money you paid in sales tax at the end of the month, meaning you do not pay sales tax. That's why I don't include sales tax. If you're doing this seriously, you should probably have a business. You should probably have a sales tax exemption reseller permit. So $760 is going to be your total amount invested. Now, like we said, about 30% of them are going to be gradable. About 70% aren't. So 70% is about 13. So 13 are going to still be raw. We're going to flip back on the market as near mint. 3 are going to be PSA 9s and 4 are going to be PSA 10s on average, right? This is the average. If you did this 100 times, that'd be your average. Sometimes more, sometimes less. Stick with me here. So if we sold those 13 cards back on the market at the same market price, $38, okay, we'd have $494 if you take 38 times 13. Now, we got the scary red number. You are going to pay the fees of 13%. You are going to pay $4 in shipping to ship each one of those cards if no one bought more than one from you. And then grading fees, none. We didn't grade it. They're still raw. So no money there. So after all of that said and done, you're left with $377.78. All right. Now, the PSA 9s. We got 3 of those, remember, on average. They go for $60 each. Okay. $180 is 60 times 3. You got the eBay fees, you got the shipping of all three of those cards, and you have the $15 grading fee of each card at PSA, because that's who we graded with. We grade with PSA, not CGC. Remember that. We don't grade with the Cabal Grading Company. So after all the fees and shipping and everything, you're left with $99.60 left. And then to the fun part, you get the 410s. Well, the 410s sell for $155 each. That's a total of $620. And yes, you still got to pay the fees and ship each one of them and pay the grading fees of all four. However, you get $463.40 after all that. If you add up all three of these numbers and subtract it from your original buy, you're left with a profit of $180. So that's about a 25% profit. Now, yes, you did have to put some work in, but this is what it takes if you truly want to be part of the Pokemon money-making market, right? This is what all of the flippers do. This is what all the graders do. They do this multiple times, again and again and again, with multiple different cards every single month. This is one card. This is 20 cards, all right? To do this successfully, make like, a side income or a full-time living, you have to do this exponential amount of times, more cards, more different varieties of cards, and spread this out and keep it coming. You'll have to have hundreds of cards going to PSA every month, things like that. However, if you just want to make some extra cash, you can do this. Guess what? You could also just keep one of those cards, right? Just don't sell one, right? You already have 180 profit. You could actually keep one of those PSA 10 Charizards in your collection, 100% paid for free. This is the way to build your collection for free. Let's look at a couple more cards. So, another one I picked out, real play right now, Marnie. The Marnie from Sword and Shield base set. Again, over a 3-year-old set now. Not a lot of craziness happening. There's no pumps and dumps like we see with brand new stuff. So Marnie, what can you buy this for? Well, $62. And then I believe I took, let me go check real quick. I believe I took, 20 again. So just to show you there's 20 available to make this play, here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You go to the next page. And there is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, right? We started at 62. We ended at 69. What is that, about $65, $66 average? But wait, there's part of this that you didn't realize. When you're buying up all these near mint copies, you're also raising the market price. Why is that? Well, because if you bought up all 20 of those, it was 62 at the low. Now the lowest one is $69, $70. So when you do get those cards in and you realize that, okay, 70% of them aren't gradable, you can flip those back onto the market now at a higher price point because you've risen the price of the card. So you can be the lowest listed now at $68. People might buy it for $68 because that's the lowest one in the market. And the market doesn't not enough sellers see that and start to list more that quickly, especially with an older card like this. It'll happen a lot faster. It's harder to do this with a brand new set, but with a 3-year-old set, there's not as much supply left in the market to do that with. So you can buy enough Marnies, 65, 66, whatever dollars average. Then you got to want to watch what's it going for. Well, at a 10, it's selling for about $175 plus dollars. In a 9, it's going for about 69 to 75, about $70 as a 9. Great. Enough margin there, enough money to buy it and grade it and still not really lose too much if it gets a 9 and tons of margin if it gets a 10. Now, is it actually easy to grade or hard to grade? Well, very easy. Almost a 70% chance 10 rate. So almost 7 out of 10 cards you send that are gradable are going to get that 10. So back to the spreadsheet. Show you how this works again. Back to the spreadsheet. All right. We got 20 cards. Average price is $66, right? That equals $1,320 investment. Don't know why that's 12. 1320. My bad there. All right, 1320. So remember, 13 of them weren't gradable. 2 of them were, but 5 were this time as 10s because they're easy. All these numbers are off. I'm just noticing this. I'm just noticing all of these numbers are way off. And that's no good. I got to fix all this real time while we're watching. All right. PSA 9 was what, 70? Oh, man, this is a mess. I'm not going to be able to fix all these. I'm sorry, guys. I messed up all the numbers on this card. I'll try to fix it real time. All right, so we got the raw copies. You can sell back on the market at $70 each because you raised the market price of them. So let's get the handy dandy calculator out, and we'll just do how we do this real time if we're actually looking up a card. All right, have some fun with it. All right, so $66 times 20 copies is $1320, $1320. And then we got $70 times 13 copies equals 1190. So we got 1190 here. All right, 1190. We got to take 13% out of that 1190. Got 154.70. No problem. 154.70. All right, shipping for 13 cards is going to be 52. That's correct, and no grading fees. All right, perfect. So we got 983.30. All right, now PSA 9, I believe, what did we say it went for? About $70. Is that correct? Go check that number one more time. PSA 9, yep, right about $70 average. Great. So $70 the PSA 9. We got two of those, $140. I'm just going to guess that that's right. 140 times 0.013. All right, 1820, perfect. You do have to ship two cards, $4 each, and then you do have two grading fees, $15 each. So we're left with $83.80 after all the fees and shipping. And then we do add the PSA 10s, which the PSA 10s go for about 175. 175 times 5. Is that number correct? That number might be right. 175 times 5. All right, that number is right. So these numbers must be right. 666 after everything. This is shipping for 5 cards. This is grading for 5 cards. There we go. So let's go ahead and do equals this plus this number minus your original expense. There you go. $413 profit you'd have made on Marnie, right? Because we're getting the cards in. About 30% are gradable from TCG Player on average. 13 are not. We're flipping those back in the market near mint, right? PSA 9, PSA 10, right? 70% of the cards get PSA 10 on average with this card. So 70%, 5 get 10s, 2 get 9s. Here's what the 9s go for profit. Here's what the 10s go for profit. That's your overall profit. That's about what? Another 25% profit. Put in 1320, you made $430. Not too bad. Now a lot of people are probably saying, Alex, I got one more scenario for you, because a lot of people are saying, Alex, I don't have that kind of money. No problem. You can do this with lesser cards. Now, you remember what I said in the beginning? You want to be ahead of 50% PSA 10, right? You want to be like the casino. You want to always have the best odds. But if you do want to take some gambles, if you do want to venture below the 50% 10 rate, you can hit more home runs, right? These are more your steady Eddie, they're always there plays, easy to do. There's always going to be money there, right? You can always make money doing this. However, sometimes people want to try to hit the lottery, all right? And this isn't like a lottery hit or anything, but I do have one other card, and that card is going to be a Sun and Moon promo card. Guys, good rule of thumb, check into Pikachu promos. Pikachu promo cards always do well. Here's a Sun and Moon Pikachu promo. SM162 is the number. It's a Pikachu looking at Mimikyu. All right. This card you can buy right now. 25 copies for $9.99. 10 copies for $9.99. You would get free shipping with both, because anything over $50 is free shipping with those sellers. Okay. And again, no taxes if you're set up with sales tax exemption. So you can get 35 copies of this for $10 each. So go back to the spreadsheet. Oh, wait, sorry. Let me show you what they go for. So we got to make sure it's worth it to do this, right? PSA 10. This card, this little hollow promo, goes for between $127 to $142. Somewhere around $130 for this promo in a PSA 10. The 9, still worth about $35 to $45, $50. So even after grading fees, you're going to make money on the 9 most of the time. Now, let's get to the spreadsheet. Remove this big, giant blue box. All right. Now we just got to hope that these numbers are right. Okay. So we got the Pikachu SM162 promo. This is not each. This should not say each. This is $9.99 each. All right, guys. I was trying to make this real quick before the video. So 35 of these at $9.99 each equals $349.65. That's your total amount invested. Now, we already know we can flip those back on the market. I rounded up. Look, it's a penny. All right, beat me up. It's a penny at $10 a piece. So you're going to get $250 back. Now there's going to be eBay fees, 13%. There's going to be shipping. However, shipping is a lot cheaper on cheaper cards, right? You don't have to pay $4 shipping. You can ship them in a standard envelope, which is 63 cents for the mailing. And then for the envelope, the top loader sleeve, whatever else you put, I estimated around 70 cents to ship each card. So 70 cents for 25 cards, you get about $17.50. And then no grading fees. We're selling back raw. So there you go, $200. You already have $200 back. You're only less than $150 in this card now. Now you got the grading, okay? The grading is a little harder with this card. It's only a 41.5% chance. So only about 4 out of 10 get the 10. So it's a moderate grading difficulty. You know going into this, the odds aren't in your favor. However, you know that the gains are much more exponential, so it can be worth it. I mean, if you go down to cards that have like a 20%, I mean, those gains are home runs. You can make 20x your money in some of those cards. So you still got a 40% chance. It's not too bad. The house's odds aren't too much against you. And if you do hit those 10s, it's worth it exponentially. So you take this card, you grade it out of 10 cards, you know, because 30% of TCG player cards are gradable on average. So 25 of the 35 are not, but 10 are. So 6 of those on average are going to grade a 9. 4 on average are going to grade a 10. So you can sell the 9s for about 35 each, right? 6 times 35 is 210. You got your grading fees. You do have to pay $4 to ship PSA cards. And then you do have your grading fees of 6 cards, which is $90. So you're left with $68.70 there. However, you got your 4 10s. $130 each for the 10s, $520 total. You got your fees, your shipping, and your grading fees. You got $376.40 left after that for a grand total of $295 profit on just a $349 investment. You almost doubled your money on this one. Okay? These are the things to look for. The other thing I want to mention is I specifically picked all of these cards because they're all older cards. When you start playing with the brand new sets, it's definitely a race to the bottom. It's a speed game. You can get caught with the market fluctuations. You can get caught paying too much, and by the time you get those cards back, the market's fluctuated, and even the PSA 10 profits disappeared. And your PSA 9s, you're losing, tons of money. So I always like to go back a little bit. Like, go back a couple years, year and a half, 2 years, 3 years. Go back further. There's tons of plays out there. You don't have to follow the herd. No, let's all run together. Let's all go grade the new stuff. Let's try to pick a race to the bottom. You don't got to do that. There's tons of plays out there. Don't be part of the crowd. You don't need to, right? That's how people get, some people make money. Some people get hurt. So the market, that is a real risk. The market can fluctuate down by the time you get your cards back. However, there's a flip side of that. The market can fluctuate up. I actually pulled up a card I have at PSA right now. I'm going to show you what I mean. I have a few of these Star Me's, right? That Star Me V, the Astral Radiance Trainer Gallery card. I have a few of these. This is one of my PSA orders there right now getting graded. I have this is 2 of them. I have more of them there. When I bought that card, I bought some at the collection kind of went to in KC. I bought some online. I was only paying like $32, $34 for that card when I bought it. Now, while it was at PSA, the market went crazy. The cabal pumped it. I don't know. Conspiracy theory, but the market pumped on that card. So you can also get real lucky. And when I sent that card in, a PSA 10 was worth, I'll show you. It was worth about $117, $120, $109.99. Like, they weren't going for as much back then. So I was like, okay, I'll go ahead and buy a $30 card. I collect, I can see it in person. I know they were like perfect. The other ones I bought off eBay, I can see the picture. So I bought some of those. I figured, hey, $32, $34 investment. It's worth over 100 in PSA 10. Not bad. However, the market shifted. These are the recent sales. $192.50, $163.50, $189, $195, $179, $170, $200. Now it's in the high hundreds. So the market can actually shift while you're getting your card graded. And now all of a sudden you have all these new gains, right? I mean, now I'm going to 4 times my money just because I, had it in at the right time. So that can happen as well. So when everyone talks about the doom and gloom of the race to the bottom and all the PSA, guess what? If you're not playing the brand new stuff, you don't have to get caught up in that race to the bottom. You can take advantage of a lot more of these market shifts up as the cards age, as they get a lot more rare, scarce, whatever it may be, when you're taking advantage of these plays that the cards are already older. And so, guys, this is it in a nutshell. This is how you do it. You just go to TCG Player, right? Just type in sets, right? All you got to do is type in random sets and just scroll through, right? Just scroll through, you can sort it. Go up here in TCG Player. You can sort it by cards, so you don't have to look at all the sealed product. Just sort by cards. And you can just go through the sets, look at what the cards are going for raw, right? Pull them up, see what they're going for in a PSA 10 and a PSA 9. Go to TCG Fish, see exactly the difficulty of how hard it is to grade. And then when you find your cards, go make the plays. Guys, same thing with the promo cards. Look, SM promos. You can go TCG Player's got them all sorted for you. Just go through. You can look through all the Sun and Moon promos, right? You can see exactly what they're going for. market price. Then you can shop around. You don't have to buy off TCG Player. You can use this for a research tool. Go to eBay. Go shop around. You can actually look at the pictures on eBay. Find the card that looks mint. Buy it. Buy that card. See what it's going for in a PSA 10. See what it's going for in a PSA 9. See how hard it is to grade. If it makes sense, it's over that 50% mark. Or if you want to take it, gamble and go under that 50%, make the play. This is what people are doing to make money in the hobby day in, day out. People who are running businesses, people who are making side incomes, people who are building their collections for free, right? Because if you're buying multiple cards, they get 10s, you can sell off a couple, you can keep one at no cost basis for yourself because you've already made the profits and paid yourself back with the other graded cards. You can build your whole entire collection for free by doing this. It just takes time, effort, and some work. Now, obviously, you know me, Pokemon investing, sealed investing. Of course, I'm still pro sealed investing because it takes way less work. Right? People got kids, people got families, people got other hobbies, people got friends, people have other things to do outside of working, outside of Pokemon. I get that. That's what the sealed investing route's for, right? I mean, there's no one or the other. It's just this is to show what's available out there for people that do have time, and this is how you want to structure the numbers. This is how you can do it, right? Just put them in a spreadsheet, right? I can switch this card name out. I can switch all these amounts out and keep the same structure of the spreadsheet. And I can just do this with every single card until I find one that makes sense with the margins I want. And I make the play. So you can do the same thing, guys. This is really just me trying to pull back the veil of all the, hobby, all the, the behind paywall stuff, not really knowing what everyone's doing, the half truths, the half infos. This is the full enchilada. This is everything that goes into it. It's truly this easy. And also, to cut down your fees, if you really start doing this, more actively, you can open an eBay store. It costs a little bit per month, but they do give you a discount on fees, which can be worth it. If you make sure all your shipments are out on time and you constantly always treat your customers right, you can get eBay top rated seller, which gives you a discount on your fees. Like I said, if you have a business and you get a reseller permit, you don't have to pay taxes on your purchases you buy for reselling on eBay, TCG Player. Even my local card shop accepts it. And so those are all some little things you can do to increase your profits and not, have those eaten into your profit. But hey, this is all you got to do. This is it. This is exposing how easy it is to make money in this hobby. Don't let people fool you that that's hard. Now, what is it? It's work. It's time. I think that's the one thing that no one really talks about in depth, or they downplay it. They act like, oh yeah, it's so easy. Oh, it doesn't take much time. Guys, this takes time. Going and finding a card that actually has the right margins, doing all this research, putting the numbers in spreadsheets, it takes time. Sourcing the cards, whether it's TCG Player or eBay, it takes time. When the cards get in, right, you got to pre-grade them all yourself. That takes time. Then, like I said, you got to relist the near mint ones, sell those off. You got to make your PSA orders, send those in to get graded. That takes time. Then they all come back in. You got to make all your listings. That takes time. You get messages from other people trying to work deals with you, trying to ask for discount, whatever it may be. That takes time. It's a lot of time investment and a lot of work that people don't talk about. Now, Pokemon investing, well, it still takes some work. Guys, just thinking back to like celebrations, one of my biggest positions. It took about 5 minutes on my phone in the morning while I'm drinking my coffee to keep up with the celebrations market on the UPCs, ETBs back then. 5 minutes a day, just looking on my phone while I'm drinking my coffee. When I saw good deals, bought it. When the product came in, I got it on the mail. I put it on a shelf. I kicked my feet up and did nothing. Time went by. The prices rose. And poof, I made money. Now, there's a small amount of work when you go to sell. You got to take a couple minutes to make a listing and a couple minutes to ship it. But then guess what? You're done for then. You're not constantly buying and selling. You're done. You're waiting until one of your other investments appreciates and sells. So the biggest difference is Pokemon investing, right? And sealed product, things like that. You're letting your money work for you. With all of this, you are working. You're putting in time, effort, energy, work for your money. They're both great plays. It's just what fits your lifestyle better. I don't think a lot of people working 8, 10, 12 hours a day, have families, have kids, maybe have other hobbies, have friends, have other things they like doing, want to come home and spend more hours of their time doing all this work with Pokemon. Right? A lot of those people just want to, hey, I want to invest, put stuff away. Maybe even in the future, I won't even sell it myself. I'll just go take it to a shop, or I'll take it to a collecticon, or I'll consign it with someone. I don't even want to do the work. And that's fine. You can just take some of your profits away, consign it, or sell it to someone else, a big buyer, and you don't have to do any work, right? Very, very little to any. Just put it in a shipping box and send it. And so there's definitely two sides to it. Don't let anyone try to sway you that one side's better than the other, or you shouldn't be buying slabs. You should always be grading because you can get the slabs way cheaper. Well, yeah, you can for work because you're working. What if someone has a really good job? Maybe it's more worth it for them to work at their job than it is to put in all these hours buying and selling and flipping and grading Pokemon. So it doesn't make sense for everyone. I know a lot of people, it makes a lot more sense to just, invest in sealed. People have a lot more time on their hands who don't have as much, capital. They're really trying to, grind and make money. This makes more sense to them. What I found is when you have time on your hands and when you don't have a lot of money, this strategy makes sense. As you acquire more wealth and you grow your net worth, and maybe you have more things going on in your life, you have less time but you have more money. That's usually the time when Pokemon investing makes sense. Don't put a lot of time into it. You can let your money grow your net worth over time. You don't have to do a lot of work, right? It's kind of why the wealthy people, they like safer stuff, right? They like, indexes, they like bonds, they like real safe stuff because they don't have to make any more money. They just want to preserve their money and make a little bit % on it to continue to fund their lifestyle, right? Whereas people who don't have a lot of money, they got to hustle, they got to grind, they got to do a lot of work to try to get their net worth up so that they can kick back and relax. So that's my 2 cents. I know the chat's been going the whole time. I've been ignoring you guys. I'm sorry. Let's see what everyone's got to say about all this madness. I'm sure I'm going to get blown up for this video. I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of people, calling me names for it, but that's okay. I'm making content that I think is best for my audience and the community, and I don't really care what anyone has to say about it. Not even the cabal. All right. What do we got going on here? Martin R says the cabal got to Alex. Cabal hasn't got to me, my man. Never will. Nav says, damn, this is the first channel to actually tune in on before the live. Awesome, man. I appreciate that. Thanks so much. Adam said, hey, I just want to say hi. I learned a bunch from your channel. I love hearing that, Adam. Thanks so much. I'm glad you've been learning and it's been helping. My Pokemon TCG, my boy Alex at the helm. Let the teacher teach. School now in session. Take notes, guys. I love it. Yes, we are the NN fam. We are the NN fam, brothers and sisters of the cards. Absolutely. Absolutely. No more folks unsubscribe. Oh, I hope not, man. I hope not. No, don't share any info. Gatekeep at all costs so no one else can benefit, right? Hide it all behind a paywall. That's what they say. Hey, bro, what was with the video with the punching bag? Just having some fun. Like people, I watched Opossum Bud's vid. That was great, man. That dude's hilarious. People took that really serious. I didn't realize that was going to happen. Guys, I had just got done with a workout and my wife was there. I go, hey, here, film me. I got an idea. And I just filmed it. You spur of the moment. I just had the idea in my head. It's basically like a parody of the Achilles speech on Troy. If you ever watched Troy, he says Myrmidons, brothers of the sword, I'd rather fight beside you than any army of thousands. And that was what I had that in my head. And so I was like, oh, this is going to be hilarious. I'm going to do that. I had no idea the storm I was going to cause with that. People took that so serious. And then it's so great to see Opossum Bud make a video about it because that's how serious it should have been taken. As much of a joke as he made out of it. Guys, do you actually think I'm going to Collecticon to fight people? It's insanity. This is all for fun here. This is an entertainment channel. So that's all that was, man. I just thought it would make good content. So people are crazy, man. They're crazy. Retrospects, he hates this. He's got to hate that I'm exposing the sauce right now. Can we cuddle in Charlotte? Absolutely, my man. What else we got going on? But Dan said TCG player is 100% tens. Right, yeah. I have the realistic channel. Dan has the what is it? The everything's a participation trophy. Everything grades a 10. This is so easy. And look, Dan's been doing this longer. He's got a higher net worth than Pokemon. He grades more cards. He sells more cards than me. However, I can comfortably say that Dan is doing a disservice to people by saying that. And Dan, if you're watching this, man, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to take you down. It's dangerous to make it seem, and maybe Dan just thinks his audience is so like deep in Pokemon, the people that actually watch him, that he's not really hurting anyone. But anyone finding that his channel and hearing him say that stuff that's like brand new to the hobby or isn't like real deep in collectibles, they might actually think that. Like they might actually just start buying up near mint cards and sending them into PSA, everyone they get, thinking, oh yeah, I'm just going to get they're all going to get 10s. They're all going to, and that's just so dangerous. You can lose people hundreds and thousands of dollars by telling them that. These are the real numbers. About 30, maybe 40%, maybe, on like I will say on the full art textured cards, those can be up to like 40, 50, 60% can be gradable. On the hollow shiny surface cards, those can be lower. Those can be like 30%, sometimes lower than 30. So you really want to be careful saying things like that. Like it's not that easy. Look, it's easy to make money when you run the numbers and you just like, buy quantities and the numbers do add up. I will say that, but to act like everything's a participation trophy and PSA and everything grades a 10 and it's just easy to just throw. I don't like that. I think that's dangerous to tell people. And that's why I try to be completely honest and transparent here at my channel. So, but hey, Dan's got to do what he wants. Ponga said maybe 30% of older cards, newer cards is easier to get a 10 on TCG Player. Yeah. So yes and no, right? Newer cards like texture surface, nice, but even textured, like some of the promos, some of the, glaring gallery, trainer gallery cards, you can look here. I pull them up here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. We can look for ourselves. I mean, let's pull up like a trainer gallery card, right? What trainer gallery card? Like a Jolteon, TG, what? Jolteon trainer gallery. Here we go. What's this card? 36%. 36% 10 rate. And that's just of the cards that get sent in, Ponga. Meaning the cards that like you get and people don't send, it's probably lower than 30%, right? We can look at like the Snorlax trainer gallery, right? Let's look at that card from Lost Origins, 39.9%. And that's of the cards that get sent in, right? So like, we can even look at like, promos, I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and make it seem like it's so easy that anyone can do it because I want to be real. I don't want to lose people money. But yeah, the newer cards, like the special illustration rares and the textures, those can have higher rates, 40, 50, 60%. The shiny surface cards, not as much. I've sold Japanese cards on TCG with correct pictures and descriptions. TCG still refunded people, never got my cards back. Oh, that's sorry to hear that, man. That sucks. So that's what CGC stands for. That is right. I coined that term, Cabal Grading Company. You heard me right. And just because it seems like all the, people on one side of this hobby all seem to promote CGC, even when none of the numbers add up. So that's why I called it that. Call a spade a spade. Will you tell vendors at Charlotte with CGC slabs they're grading with the Cabal? They need to know. I might tell a few people that. You know what? Guys, I totally skipped the super chat. Oh my gosh. Alejandro, man. What did he say? Let me scroll down and find the super chat. Where is it? Super chat. Alejandro, I'm trying to find it, my man. It's harder to find it on StreamYard than it is. There it is. All right. Alejandro says, super chatted the first live, but had to start a new one. LOL, showing support, gonna catch the replay. Got some work to do for now. It's still folks. I just get so much crap for saying folks. I get so much crap for so many of my videos comparing me to Rudy. Guys, I'm not trying to copy Rudy. I'm not Rudy. I get Rudy so much greater than me. I don't care. This is my personality. This is how I make content. This is how I talk. I'm not trying to copy anyone. If some, we have some similarities, great. Rudy was here first. He's bigger than I am. Okay. Compare me to Rudy, but I'm not trying to copy the guy. It's crazy the stuff people come up with. Okay. I appreciate that, Alejandro, though. Thanks for showing up. I hope you get something out of this. Really appreciate the support, man. Your average player. The Cabal is in Charlotte spreading their cult to unsuspecting buyers. I know. I'm going to do my part. I'm going to do my part to try to do what's right and just and good for the community, but there are so many of them. We need more of the brothers and sisters of the cards to be out there steering people to the right direction. I trust all of you to help others. And remember, don't repay hate with hate. They fight with hate. We fight with love. All right. Just steer the people they're trying to manipulate into the right directions. That's what we're going to do. Right. No hate here, people. No hate. All right. Mike says, pull up. Come on. Mike says, not saying I bought a lot of TCG Player, but so far about 10 different cards from different stores and 0 gradable. That's that. Again, look up those cards on TCG Fish and see how hard those cards are to grade. If you're finding cards that are like 10, 20% 10 rate, you're probably buying cards that are like maybe promos or in packaging, like cards that are notoriously hard to grade or bad quality. That's not the norm. I will say that's not the norm. I only try to buy TCG Player listings with photos front and back. Yeah. So here's the thing, guys. If you're like doing this casually as like a hobby and you're just trying to make a little extra side cash, you're trying to build your collection for free, definitely go with the pictured cards. Go with pictured cards on TCG Player. Go with eBay. You're going to have a lot higher rate. Like you're going to have a, probably, I don't know, 60, 70, 80%, 90% 10 rate doing it that way if you're good at pre-grading from pictures. All right. This strategy is based off volume. It's just impossible to do enough volume looking at that many pictures of that many cards day in and day out, month in and month out. So this is going to be more of a volume play if you're trying to really do this full time or make kind of a consistent side income. But yeah, if you're just trying to find cards for yourself, make a little money, maybe build your collection for free, whatever it may be, definitely go the picture route. You're always going to have more success looking for pictures. Absolutely. No doubt about it. Namik said 13% are gradable. Harsh, but true. 30%. Sorry, I might have been speaking too fast. 30%. We're not doing that. Guys, I'm just going to come out and say it. We're not doing the drama stuff here anymore. I respect everyone coming to my channel. I respect people being here in the live. If you want to, throw shade at me, I don't care. If you're trying to just if you want things to happen, it's not going to happen. I'm not mentioning names. I'm not mentioning drama. I'm not talking bad about anyone anymore. We're making good content here. We're going to try to help the community with the content. We're going to try to make people money, and we're not buying into all the other BS that's going on out there. So it's not going to happen. Sorry. Peak That You said, need this behind a paywall. Hey, it might happen at some point in the future. I've never said I'm against paywalls. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm not gonna do all this, guys. If I'm skipping your comment about the drama stuff, sorry, I'm not gonna do it anymore. I'm not gonna pull that stuff. I'm not feeding into it. I'm not getting baited into it. I'm sorry. Hermit Man said PSA literally sent me an email that said not every new grade is a long-term hold or personal collection fixture. We get that. That's pretty funny. PSA sent that. That's nuts. Man, I wanted a few Starmies when it was 30. Thank goodness I grabbed some. Absolutely. It's a great card. I don't know how people were missing that card. Cough, Korean BBs, cough. Guys, look, there are plays to be made everywhere. I truly believe, all right, this is just me. I've been wrong before. I've been right a lot, but I've been wrong before. My vision of the market right now, this is what I see. I'm not trying to tell you to do anything. I see all of these other languages having their time in the sun. People are going to rush to Chinese. They're going to rush to Korean. They've already rushed to Japanese. Everyone's going where there's margin. However, I do see a 2-3 year time frame where people get just kind of collectors overload, product overload. And I do think a lot of those other languages will fall off in popularity, and a lot of popularity will return to the English market. And we will see a lot of these other prices boom when people say, you know what? Yeah, it was cool trying to that. We've seen it with Yu-Gi-Oh! They tried this Korean Blue Eyes set. Blue Eyes White Dragon, their original set. They did it with Korean. And, it sold because it was cheap and people tried to hype it. And it didn't really work. It fell off. It's not really that much of a thing anymore. I do see it happen with a lot of Pokemon. Could be wrong, but we'll see. I do see English popularity returning a lot more in waves as the years go. Retro's here. What's up, my man? Biz credit card, 2% built in through cashback. Absolutely. Guys, as far as credit cards go, I am not about personal debt. I don't carry personal debt at all. Zero. I like to buy everything in cash. However, use a credit card. I know there's people out there that are against credit cards. never carry a balance on a credit card, right? Buy it on the credit card, get your 2%. Guess what? You can pay it off the next day if you want. I've done it before. I'll pay it off the next day. I don't care. But get the 2%. I mean, it just helps your bottom line. Absolutely perfect. Great advice, Retro. Yeah, Ponga takes 15 seconds. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely not true, man. I mean, it takes more than 15 seconds for you to sit down and turn your computer on, right? So, like, come on. Like, that's stuff I don't like people saying. Like, it's just not true, dude. Like, you got to remember, dude, like there's memeing and then there's actual people that watch like my channel and people's channels. They're actually trying to learn, that are actually like taking some of that stuff for literally, and they're getting hurt. Like they're losing money. They're getting crushed in this hobby listening to all that meme stuff. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of it. I want people to do well. I want people to make money long-term and stay in this hobby and make the hobby stronger and larger. Poketino, hey chat, does anyone know how to use the reseller permit with TCG? Is there a hidden option? Gosh, I forget how I did it. I think I just went to their help. Like if there's like a help button, and figured out how to get an email or chat with one of their people live. That's how I did it. And they email you back after a day or two, say you're approved. And at the end of each month, they give you like a check, or they deposit in your account all of the money that you spent in taxes. So you always get it back. Sealed investing is much better than flipping if you consider time. Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm pro sealed investing. This all takes a lot of time. Like if you don't have like that, it gets downplayed. I hate it. Like the flippers in this hobby, they downplay the time investment so much. Like the time it takes to do everything involved. It's like, I mean, I've been investing in sealed product for years, and I've done little to no work over the years, like little to none. You know, it's my evolutions. Like I bought that. I sat and did zero work for 3 full years. Everything went higher. I made one listing. It's all I had to do, because it's just for one booster box. And I just kept redoing the listing again and again and again. Just had to relist, ship a box. It was that easy. Very little to no work. So it's just, I don't know, man. It's just much easier in my opinion. And it's much less risky. You don't have to grade, right? You just have the bird in the hand. You got the sealed product, the box. More proven too. Agreed. Sourcing Gemin on eBay takes time, especially if you're just buying English. Yeah, it definitely takes some time. Your math on Marnie was off. After the corrections you made, the raw column isn't correct. Let's go check it out. Marnie, $70 each times 13. Do it on my phone real quick. Make sure I'm putting out accurate information. 70 times 13 was 910. Correct. You are correct. 910. All right, we had what? Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second to make sure all this is correct on the Marnie. I mean, I'm not going to go through the whole thing. I don't waste that time. But yeah, the Marnie was a little off. He's right. The Marnie was a little off. Guys, it doesn't matter. I'm not telling you to go buy these cards. I'm not pushing these cards. I'm just trying to show you what to do for yourself. Like, kind of like teach you how to fish. You can go fish for yourself. I'm not trying to give you the fish or anything. So yeah, the Marnie's numbers were a little off. I believe the Charizard and the Pikachu SM162 were right. And so, yeah, just take those two. You know, guys, really all it's about is knowing the system, right? Search for cards. Look what it's going for in a 10, in a 9, what you can buy it for raw. Go to TCG Fish, figure out how hard it is to grade. Figure out the margins, see what you want to do. That's all you need to do. That's the whole point of the video. If you're doing anything with your time other than Pokemon, then you're doing it wrong. What's up, Pokemon Wonder, man? Nice to see you here, dude. Did most of the money in Pokemon monopolized by the Cabal? It definitely was. It probably still is. A lot of the high-end stuff. What's Cabal? Well, the Cabal, by definition, is a group of secretive individuals that behind closed doors, they conspire and make different moves without the knowledge of the rest of the community. And those moves manipulate the market and force others to pay higher premiums for items, which they then get profits on. Pretty much, it's pretty simple. And this is like anything in life, right? Just like the real world, right? Like, I mean, the world, there's cabals everywhere, and how the world's manipulated, right? Like the big banks, the big hedge funds, like they monopolize Wall Street and they can manipulate the markets. Like This happens in every aspect of life, every business. For anyone to act like it doesn't happen in Pokemon, they're kind of being unrealistic, right? They're kind of just trying to play it off because they know it happens. You don't have to call it the cabal, or I just coined that term because it's funny. It's hilarious. But yeah, there's groups of individuals that manipulate the market for their own monetary gain. Big deal. Like, it happens. I just wanted to put it out there. I wanted to show examples. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, people are trying to make so much more out of this and like demonize me so much more than it needs to be. I'm not going after anyone. I'm just letting people know what happens on this market. It's amazing. So you think grading cards for profit is the best way to make money short term? Absolutely. Unless you can find ways for arbitrage, right? Which those opportunities are out there. Arbitrage is buying from somewhere else and then selling somewhere else for a profit. If you can do that, it's really not as much work, right? You don't have to go through all this. You can just buy here, sell there. That definitely happens. Like, some of these cards I buy on TCG Player, say I pay $5 on TCG Player, and then I get them in, and like, 60, 70% of them aren't gradable. Sometimes that same card I can flip on eBay for $7 or $8 because the markets are they are not optimized. People like to shop on one site compared to another, and I can flip that same card on eBay for more. I can actually make money on all the raw copies and actually come out ahead. So there's definitely, plays for arbitrage like that. I mean, that's kind of what a store does, right? They buy product from distributor, they sell it to their customers at a profit, they make money. But so there's definitely plays like that. But yeah, I would say the biggest gains are made in grading, I would say. Yeah. Travis says, can you show how based on eBay photos you graded card centering? Like, how do you decide based on photos of a card centering is good enough to buy or not? Guys, like, there's these like plastic sheets people have now where they put over a card and it's supposed to tell you centering. I don't know. I guess I've been doing this long enough. I'm able to look at a card and know it's centered enough. I mean, it's pretty visual. Like, look, if you can visually see it too off center and it looks off to you, the grader's going to see that, right? If it's pretty close, pretty hard to see any off centering, it's usually good. It's hard to look, and every grader is different. It's impossible. No one in this whole hobby could point to a certain card and say this is a guaranteed 10 because you never know what kind of grader you're going to get. It's really hard to tell that, Travis. I'm sorry, man. I can't tell you exactly how to know it's well centered enough. I've evolved into, so Shipley Pest Solutions, I've evolved into the hybrid of holding steel product, opening 25%-ish, grading some modern, and finding raw to grade arbitrages, keeps the work and money manageable and steady. Yeah, that's a great way to keep the hobby manageable monetary wise, right? Like, to constantly do this type of stuff to make money. Look, guys, I mean, flipping cards is how I started in this hobby. Like, I guess I started just buying for my collection, right? I take that back. I bought some binder collections. I was buying like old vintage packs, vintage theme decks. And then it evolved into me like buying large, like I started buying like large pack quantities. I'd buy like, 20 vintage base set packs. I'd want to keep one of each artwork for my collection. I'd sell the other 17 back on the market because I'd catch an auction or something. I'd make a profit doing that and almost pay for those packs. You can do the same thing. You buy out lots or collections. You can divide it up, sell off those lots, maybe grade them, make money, and then keep the cards out of that collection you wanted for free. And it's a great way to build your collection in the hobby for free without actually having money out of pocket. Again, for people with more time. For people who don't have a lot of time but got a lot of money, probably better to just invest, right? You got the money. You can afford to let products sit. 100% of every sealed booster box went up over time. It's a pretty safe bet. Pretty safe bet. Paldea will do much better over time. Paldea is for me, I've said it in other videos, and you're going to be able to quote me in the future. Paldea is the front runner. It is the front runner set right now in all of Scarlet and Violet. I believe it's going to do the best in the long term right now out of every set we've seen so far. That's just my opinion. If I was buying any Paldea set, it'd be cases of Paldea, or any SV set. It's going to be Paldea. David says, appreciate the info. No problem, my man. Nick says, Nostalgianomics, more like nostalgic wizard. Ooh, man, I'm getting called a lot of stuff. I'm a wizard. I'm an evil genius. I'm a mastermind. What am I? What am I here? What are we doing? Time capsule. Man, I'm not a Japanese guy. I don't know. I don't follow that market closely. I couldn't tell you what my view is on it. For Paradox Rift, looks like a good set so far. We'll see. I don't get too caught up in the hype and the FOMO and like trying to figure out every single card that's released every day. I don't get into all that with the new sets. I let them get released, see what's going on first. I don't rush into anything like that. So I don't have I haven't looked into Paradox Rift too much. You might want to have an entourage in Charlotte. Okay. Guys, sorry, I didn't see where that comment was going. I'm not talking about other YouTubers on this channel. I'm not doing it. I'm not talking bad about people. We'll let others do that if they choose to. Others can say what they want in the comment sections or the chats. I'm not feeding into that. Just not going to do it. Let's see. Ray said, do you think I'm actually going to Collecticon to fight people? Man, guys, can we stop this? No one's going to fight anyone at Collecticon. This is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I'm not going to fight anyone. My bag video was after a workout. I thought it'd be funny. I filmed it in like a minute, and it was just a joke. It was just a joke based off Troy the movie, off the Achilles speech when they were about to fight on the beach of Troy or whatever. Gosh. Can anyone take a joke anymore? Like, do I have to like say at the end of every video, this was a joke. This was entertainment purposes only. Please do not go fight anyone. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing anymore, people? No one's fighting at Collecticon. You're showing examples of the wrong things to grade. The stuff I grade, I've got 90% 10s. Okay. I will actually address that, guys. The higher 10 rate, okay, the lower margins and also the sharper curve, those fall off. We're seeing it right now with those Nagabas that all the Cabal was pushing. Those are now like very thin, almost no margin, right? The PSA 10s are going for like, I don't know, like $10, $20 margins. There's just no margin there. I like to go further back where there's actual margin to be made. I don't want to be spinning my wheels trying to make $10 at a time. $10. Like, why would I want to do that? That sounds awful. That sounds like you're working yourself into your grave. No thanks. No thanks, Ponga. I had a 70 for 70 PSA 10 sub rate, all Uno cards. Nice job. CGC fanboys equals Cabal. PSA fanboys equal Illuminati. Green Shez, I love you, my man. Green Shez is a huge CGC collector. More power to him. More power to him. I'm not, no hate here, man. I just don't believe in it. I don't believe in it. Brothers of the cards. Absolutely. Wow. Green Shiz is throwing hate. Dude, I thought we were cool. I thought we were friends. Wow. Okay. All right. Didn't see that coming. Huh. All right, bro. If that's how it is, then that's how it is. Okay. Green Shiz throwing some shade today. Spencer. Hey, Alex, wondering what I should do while my PSA orders are being graded. Just a lot of money tied up. Flipping singles is what I've been doing and seems to be good. Anything better you suggest? Yeah, that's the hard part about this. You're tying up capital, waiting for your orders. Once, your orders start coming in and sales start happening, it becomes kind of like a well-oiled machine. But yeah, when you're in that kind of like no man's land before you start getting orders and while you're still waiting and you don't have a lot of capital, it is rough. It is rough. Flipping singles. Yeah, you can look for arbitrage plays, right? Where you can literally buy the cars, sell them somewhere else for a higher dollar amount. You can even like try to, you can almost like semi drop ship, right? You could almost like find deals, don't even buy them, right? Make a listing yourself, like you already own the card. And then just like when someone buys it from you, you can buy the card and send it to them. I mean, weird stuff like that. I've heard people doing that, going in their local card shop, taking a picture or something, listing it, selling it, and then going back in their local card shop, buying it, and then shipping it out. Like they never even bought it until they had the money from the buyer. So you can do stuff like that. I mean, there's little things, but yeah, it's a time game. It's a waiting game. See you at Charlotte, Pokey Mofo. Can't wait. Section 20, couple tables. Awesome. I'll make sure to look you up for sure. No problem at all. What do we got going on in this crazy and wild chat? I mean, I'm looking at possible 10s and 9s. So when I say gradable, I mean any chance of a 10, but all the ones I've received have been off-centered. Yeah. I mean, that's the most common thing you're going to see with new cards is the centering is going to be off. Punch Jump Kick says, what are your thoughts on AGS robo grading? I think robo grading will play a part in the future. I don't think AGS is going to be the company. I don't think it's going to catch on. I think eventually PSA will either buy out or incorporate robo grading in some way, shape, or form. Guys, I don't see PSA falling off. I see PSA continuing to innovate, continue to be the monopoly, continue to be the big fish in the game. That's how I see it. I mean, guys, you see it in all walks of life. Like every time a company, starts getting bigger, starts getting market share, one of the big players will just buy them out and they'll incorporate them into their own business. Like I see that happening more than like another grading company taking enough market share from PSA. That's how I see it. They either squash them or they just buy them. And with CGC, I believe as PSA's grading times, which they're getting better, as they start to close the gap on the grading times of CGC, if those ever are the same time frame of grading, CGC is going to be done. They're going to fall off. That's all they have. That's the only thing they have over PSA right now is you can get your cards back faster. Guess what? If you can get your cards back in the same amount of time, no one's going to care if you can grade your cards $5 cheaper. Everyone's going to send to PSA because the value's there. The liquidity's there. Wouldn't make any sense. So the time is coming for CGC. They're really going to start losing it here soon. Are the waifus still going crazy prices? Absolutely. We're seeing waifus still spike across the markets. It happens every day. It's kind of crazy. AKKM, thanks for taking the high road on the drama stuff. I love your investing stuff way more than the drama stuff. Absolutely. Yeah, no problem at all. We're not playing those games here, man. We're going to rise above it with content. Brad G, section 29, best section in Charlotte. I'm sure Brad's going to be there too, I guess. Alex, I was laughing when you said it wasn't saying you were going to fight there too. Your parody was hilarious. Okay. Just making sure. Let's see what we're going. Oh, the Santa Cruz skateboarders for Pokemon, the Pokemon Center. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure people are picking those up. Ramrod TV channel member says $500 Canadian to grade 20 cards with PSA is a huge difference for me. Doesn't even include shipping, card costs. Yeah, that's brutal, man. That is brutal. I agree. Yeah, I can't say much about that. If in foreign countries and other countries in the U.S., I don't know what those markets are like. I don't know what those costs are like. So yeah, man, it might just not work there unless you can find I don't know if there's like a middleman service where you can send to someone in the U.S. and they'll grade for you. I don't know, man. I'm sorry about that. You can't think in terms of Pokemon either. That's only a small amount of what you do. Yeah, I mean, guys, that's the best advice I can give you for all this. You got to take yourself out of the hobby, unfortunately. You got to take your mindset out of these are cards and this is Pokemon. You need to take yourself out of any attachment for these items. You need to see it as a business transaction, as this item, okay, is I can buy this item for X. It sells for X amount in a 10, X amount in a 9, and I can, and then it's this liquid and it's this easy to grade. That's all it is. It's just a business transaction. It's dollars and cents. You can't be like, oh, I kind of want to keep it. I kind of want to collect it. No. This is all like taking all that out of it. This is how to make money in the hobby. You want to talk about collecting? We can do that in a different video. I collect too. I get it. But yeah, it's not just for Pokemon. You can do this with anything. You can apply this strategy for anything. Thank you for all the positive things you do for the community. Great content, much better than the BS tubers that love negativity. Man, Robin, thank you so much. I've talked about it before, and I'm not, again, I get called being a victim or all these things. I'm not a victim. I've never played myself as a victim. But every time I try to call out the negativity around the hobby, I get attacked for that too by the same people. Or anytime I try to show any of this data, or I try to talk about the market being manipulated, I talk about the numbers of CGC, I get attacked for it. And I get me trying to create drama or attack people, or that bag video. The bag video created so much unnecessary drama. I couldn't believe it. People have the thinnest skin. They have no sense of humor anymore. Look, I'm going to remain positive until I see massive negative trends. I still see all these positive trends. I still see more people coming in the hobby. Everyone's having a great time. The cards keep selling. The sealed product keeps selling. Just the newer sets and the reprint sets are the only things that are really down. Collecticons are more packed than ever. Collecticon has to raise the prices of their tables because they have so many people wanting to sell there. It's just, there's so much positivity. I don't know how you could see negative at this point. So I really appreciate you saying that. Thanks so much for the super chat, man. I appreciate the support so much. I do really love to do some math and spreadsheet work to see if it's worth it. Yeah, absolutely. Just running through the spreadsheets and that'll tell you. So much love from you guys. Alex is the best. Way in my personal experience. Alex, here is the best way. I thought you were saying I'm the best. Here's my best way to make money in the hobby. Even better than long-term investing. Find people selling entire collections they usually sell for 50 to 60% of market price. Yeah, absolutely. If the problem with that is it's not duplicatable by like the masses because there's just not enough, collections and lots out there. So yes, absolutely. If you can find those collections and lots, that's a great way. But investing in sealed product and also finding plays, the plays are endless out there. Anyone can do this. Truly anyone can do this. Like you don't have to be some super knowledgeable Pokemon guy and know all the different Pokemons. You don't need to do that. Look, just get on TCG Player, run through the sets, run the numbers through. It's all you got to do. You don't got to learn and take all these hours of research and knowing everything about Pokemon. Who cares? You don't got to do that. It's all dollars and cents, guys. All the people telling you like, don't do anything until you do hours of research, right? Or you need to learn way more about Pokemon before you even think about investing. Guys, don't listen to those kind of people. They are so wrong. They want you to be like them. They want you to be absolute Poke nerd, so in depth in TCGs and Pokemon, know every little thing about every little card. You don't need to do that to do this. You really don't. It doesn't take that much work. And I'm just kind of exposing it right here. It's what it takes. It doesn't take that much knowledge. It's all it takes. Do you hold sealed only, or do you flip sealed as well? If you plan to hold a product for 5 years to optimize gains, do you flip and rebuy, or just buy until your PT is met, your price target's met? I don't really do price targets or percentage gains or years. I don't have any like hardcore metrics I use. I feel it out. I always, kind of audit things every quarter, every like 3-4 months. And I kind of get a feel of where the market's at. If any products spiked, if anything like saw major spikes, I kind of, judge why it spiked. If there's a lot of supply, if it's going to come back down, I'll maybe make some sales there. I will wait until, prices get into kind of those upper areas on boxes, usually like, high 2s, low 3s, up into the 4s and 5s sometimes before I start taking profits. I really don't have an exact method I use. It's really a lot on feeling. I pride myself, I guess, on being able to kind of sense market trends, kind of be able to look at the numbers and data and charts and get an idea of where things are moving. And so I base a lot on that. So yeah, it's hard to give my exact opinion or my exact play on how I do that. Sorry, John. But yeah, I definitely when I sell a product, I will answer that. When I do sell a product, I definitely have a spot for that money. I don't just sell it and say, what now? I definitely make sure I say, okay, if I can sell this for $300 now, I got to eat the fees and the shipping. So now I'm left with maybe $250, $260, whatever, $250. Where can I put that $250 that's going to make me more money than holding that $300 box? So $300, right? Well, if you sell, you only got $250. So you're working with less capital now because you still have that capital deployed at $300. So you need to make sure that capital you deploy at $250 is going to do better than that capital at $300. And it can, right? If you put, if you sold a $300, Sword and Shield base box right now, you might be able to buy $250 of something else that's going to rise more in percent gain than that Sword and Shield box is going to rise from now, right? So that's kind of how you have to look at it. If you don't need the money, if you don't need the cash, always make sure you have a better place to put that money before you sell. Don't just sell and say, what's next? Because now you got a bunch of cash sitting on the sidelines that you don't need for your personal life, and that's not invested. It's sitting stagnant now where it could be making you money. So always make sure you have a plan for your money. Alex, give us more parodies First Troy, what's next? Lord of the Rings? Don't let the haters put you off. Oh yeah, we got more coming. Trust me, we're gonna have some fun with this now. Now that I see how crazy everyone is, we're gonna have some fun with it. I'm glad Opossum Bud is having fun with it too, and not yelling at a screen at me and just like so mad. Like, I cannot believe these videos I'm making are making people so angry. Guys, I'm talking about fighting the cabal. I made the cabal name up. Now, I didn't make up the things happening in the hobby, right? Manipulations by certain people in certain groups is very real. However, I made up the term cabal. And then I made this video saying I'm gonna fight this cabal, right? Like, I'm ready to fight the cabal. I didn't even say I'm gonna fight them. I said I'm ready for battle. And this somehow became like, I had someone say in a Discord, I'm calling for violence or something. This is gonna lead to violence. Like, this is insane at this point. Like, can no one take a joke? I'm glad Opossum Bud took it as a joke and made a parody about it. It's a parody of a parody. But yeah, it's guys, this is entertainment. Chill. All right. I don't take anything in this hobby that serious. Now, I do take the dollars and cents serious. I do take that serious. And I do take one other thing serious. I take the money serious. And I take putting legitimate, factual information out there so people do not lose money, do not, hurt themselves financially in their lives, don't leave the hobby, which hurts the hobby. I'm very serious about that as well. I want to make sure information is being put out there that's good for people. And I want to make sure I'm making money. So those two things, I'm serious. Everything else is for fun. Let's have some fun here. Let's enjoy life a little bit. Jeez, too rigid. Guys, I think, wait, Alejandro again? Is that again? Do we have another super chat? He's back? Bro, you didn't have to give me another super chat to say you're back. I appreciate it, though. I'll be your first commander. Head first into battle. Okay, man. We're gonna fight the Covenant, or the Cabal, I'm sorry. Oh, I love this. This is so, like, are you not entertained? Is this not fun? Like, who can literally say they're not having fun, right? We're in this TCG hobby. We're fighting against the Cabal, right? We're preparing for battle. I mean, this is a good time. If you're not having a good time, there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with you, truly. I believe the Czar UPC is a sleeper at the moment. What are the ideal price-wise you'd be picking them up at Holiday 7 already? Oh, Holding 7 already. I picked all the ones I want up. I picked 20 of them up at a price of 80. I made a video about it. I actually revealed my purchase order. 84, 86, 80, somewhere in the low mid 80s. I bought them at. I have 20 of them. That's how many I'm holding. I'm not trying to get any more. Not that I don't believe in them. I just see my capital being better used somewhere else than putting more into Charizard UPC. I like to be a little diversified. I don't like to go all in into one product like that. I mean, I only bought 20 Celebrations UPCs, so I didn't even go harder into those. And I believed in those more than Charizard UPCs. So that tells you anything. I just like to diversify the money more. And I'm using a lot of capital right now because like I said, I am buying and grading heavily. I am grading a lot more heavily than I did before. And that's where a lot of my capital is going. Like a comment earlier talking about what do I do in this lull when I'm not making a lot of money and I have a lot of money tied up with PSA. That's where I'm at. I have a lot of cards right now. I don't know, like I don't quite have, probably like maybe between 500 and 1,000 cards. Like I have so many cards that I'm continuously buying. Sleeving up, sending to PSA. I got multiple orders at PSA now in a backlog that I'm just going to be getting back. And so I'm really going hard and taking the grading part serious now. And so, yeah, I do have a lot of capital built up right now in cards. And so that's another reason why I wouldn't be buying more Charizard UPCs. Because guys, here's the thing. I get like labeled as like just this modern sealed guy for good reason. I get it. Like that's why I came out. I mean, the reason I came out so heavy in modern sealed, because back then when I came on the scene, modern sealed was demonized. People did not like it. People did not believe in modern. It was a vintage man's game, vintage women's game, right? All you ladies watching. And that was the deal. Okay. I don't hate vintage. I don't hate it. I started with all vintage from 2015 to 2020. I was almost all vintage, almost all. It wasn't until Evolutions where me and a buddy of mine said, hey, this modern stuff might do the same thing vintage did. We should probably start investing in this too, right? And so it was all vintage. I saw the shift was happening, so I started calling it out. And so I got labeled just a modern sealed guy. Guys, I did it all. I mean, I've been in this hobby 8 years. I built my collection this way. I bought out lots. I bought out collections. I graded. I opened boxes. I graded the hollows. I sold off the bulk. I've been grading since I've been grading with PSA for 8 years, maybe 7 or 8 years, 7 or 8 years now. I've had over 1,000 plus cards graded with PSA. Like I'm just getting back in the game because I'm trying to do this a little more seriously. It takes a lot of time. I'm telling you the truth. It takes a lot of time to do this, which I'm not too happy about, but I'm trying to build something here. But this is something I've always done. It's not like I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, I almost get labeled like an idiot because now Alex is trying to do, grading. I've always done grading. I've always done this. Something special. I know everything there is to know about, vintage sets and look, guys, I got knowledge in this industry. The reason I talk so much about modern is that's where the opportunity is, right? That's where the money is. Why am I going to go talk about, some random set? Oh, let's talk about Neo Destiny. Let's talk about Skyridge. Why? There's no interest there. There's no money made there. It's not a good investment. Why would I talk about that? I can probably name you every card in the set. I mean, I still pay attention to the market on a lot of that stuff. I could probably name you a lot of what the PSA 9, PSA 10 prices of a lot of those cards go for. I know my stuff. It's not productive for my viewers. So it's not worth it right now. I mean, it's not where you should be focusing your attention is what I'm thinking. That's what I'm saying. Ramrod TV, for me, if I sell half product to pay for it all, I will, i.e. PC, TVs, I'm selling 2 pays for all 4. I will. I can roll them into another product and still have 2 left. Yeah, it's a great way to go. Sell 2, keep 2, buy 2 cases, sell 1 case, keep 1, buy 2 boxes, sell 1, keep, whatever you want to do. It's always nice to be able to build your investment, build your collection for free with no cost basis. That's what I always try to do, or at least a very low cost basis, if anything. Do you sell into strength? Usually a lot of stores sell into strength and get flushed out, then get left behind. I remember Evolutions did that when it hit 500 and everyone sold it. It went to 1,000. So like I told you before, it depends, right? I look at the strength. I determine why there is strength, right? I don't just see a chart moving up and say, oh my gosh, I got to sell. With Evolutions, I did not sell into strength. I didn't sell my Evolutions boxes until I started selling in the high 700s, and I even sold one for $1,000. I sold one at the top, $1,000, because I had 10 cases worth of Evolutions at one point. And so, and guys, that sounds like a lot of money. Like you're looking at me now, like, oh my gosh, guys, they were like $500 a case when I was buying them. Sometimes less, sometimes more. I had like $5,000 invested in Evolutions, and then overnight it became worth like, I don't know, $50,000. So then it was a lot of money, but it wasn't a lot of money when I was investing in it. Like it was every couple months I'd go up to the card shop or I'd go on eBay and another Evolutions case, anyone could have budgeted for that. Anyone could have budgeted $200 a month every 3 months, buy an Evolutions case, or every 2.5 months, 2 months. It wasn't that hard. Right. So that was one thing I did hold. Like other things like cards, when I see cards spike 100%, I will sell into that. I will definitely sell into that strength. Like we saw, like the Misty card. Like when I get those cards back, I will sell those immediately. I will not hold those. Hopefully it's still up by the time I get them. Yeah. When things spike 100%, 80, 90, 100%, it's not that they're going to crash back down to their old low or even lower, but they usually do see a correction, whether it be, 30, 40, 50% correction. They usually see a correction and find a new plateau, and find a higher low. And so it's not that you're going to get crushed by holding stuff, but I like to take advantage of those moves. And so, yeah, I do sell into strengths, just not all the time. I would say I do more with cards than sealed product. A lot of the time, sealed product can hold. We're seeing Team Up right now. Team Up is holding very well sealed, even though it rose 100% this year. It went from $900, $1,000 box to $1,900 to $2,000 box and still there. Because sealed, again, the supply always is lower. It's scarce. It can hold better than cards. There's always more cards. There's always less sealed. Alejandro, what are you doing? My man. Another super chat. My bad about all the super chat. You're bad. You're bad. Dude, I appreciate it. You don't have to say you're bad. I appreciate any and all support you show. I mean, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Thanks so much for the super chats. Every single thing I put back into this channel. I have a background I built. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna have that put up soon. I put everything, all my YouTube revenue back into the channel. Hopefully, eventually, I can get an editor, really get the videos better, get better streaming software, things like that. Everything goes back in the channel for you guys. That's what I do with all any donations, anything like that. So I appreciate that. Thanks so much. Shouldn't you be on a long road trip right about now? We're leaving tomorrow morning early, man. We're leaving at I think we're going to try to leave at 6 a.m. It's about an 11-hour drive for us. So we should be rolling in there somewhere around, 6 or something, 5 or 6 tomorrow. So I'll be at Collecticon, staying at the Omni. Just doxed myself. Oh no. Staying at the Omni hotel, the recommended one. I'll be there probably around 5 or 6 tomorrow night. See you there, man. It's gonna be a fun time. Hopefully no crazy shenanigans go down. But remember, if they do, I'm ready for battle. Guys, you should see. I was reading, because I read the comments. I read the Opossum Bud comments. Dude, I got so many haters out there. So many people were trashing me so hard on that video. They thought I was dead serious. And that's fine. It's just funny, man. I guess I'm a good actor. Maybe I should go to Hollywood. I guess I'm a good actor. I don't know. The green shits. Can you confirm my no-neck version game comment is not shade? I only make jokes in the comment section. All right, bro. Good to hear. I thought we were good. I thought we were boys. I thought we were friends. I'm glad you made that shit. Made that be said. Always love the jokes though. If it's a joke, we're good with it. Has anyone ever told CGC to return your top loader? No. I don't think that works that way. Greeny, we're going to need you to only make jokes with disclaimers going forward. Everything needs a disclaimer. No jokes allowed. Do you think Obsidian will get to 540 a case? I do. Maybe on the open market, maybe not. Definitely on Facebook groups, Discord groups. There will be stores selling that for $90 a box. I also think that the 151 UPCs are going to be at $90 a box, probably at $90 UPC. I'm just throwing it out there. Maybe not. Again, maybe it won't get that low in the open market because there's fees and stuff on TCG Player eBay, but probably Discord groups, probably Facebook groups, probably independent store websites. Pay attention. There'll probably be sales, Black Friday, all that. There's going to be sales, guys. But here's the thing. I'm gonna get big brain, long term with you. When it happens, it'll happen quick. It'll be like a thief in the night. It will be in a blink of an eye. You won't be looking at the market for a day or two or a week or two. Maybe not a day or two, week or two, month. And all of a sudden, you're going to get on there and you're going to say, why are all these boxes $110? You're going to say, why is Paldea $120? Why is Scarlet Violet base $105? You're going to be saying that to yourself. And then what happens is more and more people start making the news out there. They start saying, have you seen these prices? Look at the price rise. Look at this. And then more eyes get on it. And then everyone's like, well, dang, I haven't bought any yet. I don't want to miss out. I guess these are going to move. And then more and more pile into them. And the prices rise more. And FOMO continues until they'll reach some kind of plateau the way Chilling Reign did, right? Chilling Reign, Fusion Strike, they kind of reached that 140, 150 plateau. And now they're moving again. Evolving Skies hit that 380, 400 plateau. Now it's moving again. This will happen with Scarlet Violet era product. I'm just throwing it out there. No crystal ball. I don't know if it's going to happen 3 months, 6 months, a year, whatever. It's going to happen, guys. And you're going to come back to these videos and you're going to look at these old listings saying, I could have bought that for $80-something. What was I thinking? And guess what? Those same people, they're the same ones that are going to swipe their credit card and buy that same case for $700 and $650 when they could have bought that case for $540. I promise you, the same people right now saying, None of this stuff's going to move. It's oversupplied. The hit rates aren't hard enough. Pokemon's falling off. The economy's bad. All these same people, they'll be the same ones who buy the stuff when it's on the rise. Because why? Because human nature. No one wants to buy when things are down. Everyone wants to buy when things are on the way up. It's just the way it is. It's always going to work that way. Human nature is a funny thing. And as many times as we see this, as many times as we see it happen, no one recognizes the pattern. Even if they recognize the pattern, they'll convince themselves that this time's going to be different. This time's different. This market crash is going to be different. It's never different. It's never different. There's just different culprits each time. AK Cam said, PokePal TV, trust me, it doesn't matter if you buy a $540 case or a $650 case. When that box hits 200, it won't matter. It might take 2 to 5 years, though. Exactly. It kind of does matter, though. $540 to $650, that's a lot different. $200 a box after fee shipping. A lot less profit margin there if you got into $650. So yeah, it makes a difference. Recently bought 10 3-pack blisters, $8 each. Paldea to the moon. Hey, congrats, man. Congrats moving into that play. All right, guys. I'm not going to keep you here all day. It's been about an hour, almost an hour and a half. Any last minute questions? I'll be here 5 more minutes. Throw them in the chat right now. Otherwise, I got to start packing. I got to get ready for Collecticon. We're going to fight the Cabal. I still love that video, man. But yeah, guys, no fighting at Collecticon. Don't no hate. Don't spread any hate at Collecticon. Don't spread any hate on other channels. Don't go leave mean, evil comments on other people's channels. Support everyone, and that's what we're gonna do here. Don't repay hate with hate. Repay hate with love, and that's how you extinguish that flame. Any last minute questions? What do you guys got? I'm just saying a W is a W. Good luck in Charlotte. Post some good vids. My wife's ready. We're ready. I am going to be definitely vlogging while I'm there. We're going to make a good, awesome vlog. That'll be some fun times. Drive safe. Appreciate that, Alejandro. Thanks so much for all those super chats, man. I really appreciate you. Intelligenomics, you secure your Paradox Rift PCTBs. I did. Just a case of each. Case of one. A case of both arts. I bought on the first day. I was actually in line at one of the Star Wars rides at Hollywood Studios at Disney World. And I got everyone sharing it in the Discord. And so I just hopped on. I was in line. We were waiting in the line. Hopped on and I bought one of each case right then and there. And so I've had them since the very beginning. I know it took a while for those ones to sell out, but yeah, I got those. I got my 151 PCTBs. Haven't bought any other 151 product yet. I think it will get cheaper. So yeah. Is it difficult to sell on eBay? Absolutely not. Not difficult at all. Literally, when you go to sell, you go to your little sell place. When you hit sell, you type in the card. eBay will pull up the card. You can click on it. They will pre-fill everything for you. Okay, they'll pre-fill for you. All you got to do is if you want to tweak the title a little bit, sometimes their titles aren't optimized. If you want to, and then you got to add some pictures and then make your pricing and your description. I made a generic description. I copy and paste it to all my listings. You can do the same. You'll have to write a description in the beginning, but then you can just copy and paste it to every listing. All you really got to do is copy, paste the description, tweak the title if you want, throw a few pictures on, and throw a price in there. Everything else is done for you. eBay pre-fills everything if you search for the card correctly. So very easy. I know they take fees, but guess what? For the buyer base, you get on eBay. For the ease of transaction, you get a discount on shipping labels through eBay. It's really a good place to sell. I know a lot of people are down on eBay, but I still sell on eBay. I don't mind it. ALR confirmation question. Is Paradox Rift future and past Pokemon of a specific Pokemon? I don't know. I don't know. I haven't looked too deeply into Paradox Rift yet. I don't know much about it. Alejandro, man, dude, you are single-handedly keeping this channel running. You're keeping the lights on here, man. I appreciate you so much. Drive safe. Have a good time in Charlotte. Absolutely will do. Thanks so much. I will have a lot of good content for you and everyone else. Favorite Star Wars movie? I gotta say, Revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the Sith. I'm a sequels guy. I guess because those were the movies that came out when I was growing up. I love Attack of the Clones. And I love Revenge of the Sith. Those are my two movies, man. I love those. So many action scenes. The fight scenes are on a different level. And they didn't ruin them like they did the new ones when Disney owned it. Still like the old ones. Still like the originals, episode 4, 5, and 6. Can't say anything about that, but I just feel like the fight scenes, a lot of the action wasn't as good because they didn't have a lot of the technology they had later on. So I still like the sequels. Revenge of the Sith for me. Little bit of gas money. I appreciate that. I'm going to need it. We got a lot of miles to drive. Hey, looking forward to seeing you, man. Can't wait to see you. What do we got? Alex, if you had to pick one platform, which favorite to buy from? If I am not trying to do this like full time, or not trying to like make it a sustainable business, eBay, right? I want to see the pictures. If I'm trying to get large mass quantities of cards and I really want to churn and burn as much as possible and make this into like a full-time, money constant cash flow, I just feel like TCG Player is almost needed because you can get so many of one card in one spot. It's so much easier to source. But I would say for most people, eBay is going to be your best bet because you can see the cards. And you can find them at auction, where usually auction prices are going to be under TCG Player near mint and under eBay near mint on what they have listed for buy it now. So you can always wait for auctions. That's the best. That's my best piece of advice is you're looking for a card and you're not trying to go big. You're just trying to get 1, 2, 3, 5 of them. Wait for auctions. Wait for ones that have great pictures and go for those. I don't know if I'm going to live stream Collecticon. I don't know how the Wi-Fi is going to be. I don't know. Like, I don't know if I can stream from my phone. That's a maybe. I'll see what other people are doing. Definitely I'll get a vlog together though. You should wear a body cam. I wish. All right, guys, that's going to be it for today. Fellow brothers and sisters of the cards, thank you for showing up. Collecticon this weekend. All going to be a good time. I will see you all back here in the next video. I'm out.